Hey there, friend. Thanks for tuning in. So, I've rented this lonely cabin in the woods of Sweden for all of September. I will see the leaves turn from green to orange and yellow, and maybe I will even see the first snow hit the ground. After living in a van for 5 months, I was really looking forward to having a roof over my head. I've not been able to practice yoga for too long, and I haven't lounged in a reading chair to get lost in a book for too many weeks. Since the cabin doesn't have running water, I take my dishes and laundry to a stream nearby. This is how I usually start my mornings. To be honest with you, I was beyond excited to spend some time in absolute solitude. Little did I know that is not what I was going to experience here, like at all. Instead, I got hit with loneliness, big time. Loneliness in a way I don't think I've ever felt it before. So I've been rethinking what and how I want to live this life, and what is truly important to me. I'd love to share some of those thoughts with you. I know I'm not the only one who dreams of a lonely cabin in the woods, who's trying to find ways to escape modern society as much as possible. But I was overlooking an important factor, maybe the most important factor. So here it goes. Hi there! Finally, I'm getting around to actually making a YouTube video. I left for Sweden over 3 months ago, and I've been hanging out in Sweden and a little bit Norway since then. I've had the most amazing and beautiful time. I came here because I had this really big desire to spend time in wild forests. In Germany, 98% of all forests are managed, which means that the trees there are planted to eventually be harvested, and there's not a lot that is being left to grow wild. Even though the aim, I think, now with the climate change is to keep forests more mixed and more natural. Leave dead wood to rot, and I don't know, just manage them differently. It's still a huge difference to the forest that you get to see up here in Sweden or in Norway. I guess there are other places too, but there's a lot more wilderness here, and the access to the forest is way different. You can, I'm sure you've heard of it, camp anywhere for a couple of nights, and it's really easy to get a fishing permit, or basically you just have to pay money. You don't have to take a course, etc. And it's just a different kind of approach to being in nature. I feel like Swedish people in general are outdoors loads more, and everyone here, at least that I meet, but maybe that's by by default if you live outside most of the time, everyone I meet at least seems to be very outdoorsy, and either ski or mountaineer or canoe, kayak, I don't know, just like anything you can do outside. And I've been really enjoying that. And after I've spent some time here, I was really considering staying for longer, maybe taking some money that I've just put aside, for who God knows what, and buy a little cabin here, like a really simple one, even simpler than the one I'm staying in right now, where I can always go and I can always be. But the last weeks have been really, really interesting, because I am renting a cabin and I'm just kind of trying to see how it suits me. And I'm definitely discovering things about myself that I wasn't aware of. So this morning was very difficult, because the last days I've had someone staying with me here at the cabin. To be quite honest with you, I've been really scared at night. The cabins around here, some of them haven't been occupied in years, the owner says, and they think maybe the owners either died, or just aren't able to come out here anymore, or not interested, who knows what. So they're just like deserted cabins. And in this whole area, this is the cabin that's at the very end of the, I don't even want to call it road, like the path. And it's like off another path, off another path, off another path, and then there's a road. So it's really in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And that's exactly what I wanted, and that's exactly what I was looking for. But I did find myself really unable to sleep at night, because I get so freaked out. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that this is like the setting for every horror movie, or just like some fears I have in my mind. The windows in the room that I sleep in don't open. Like there are these airing windows, and then there are the windows, but you can't fit through the airing window, and you can't open the window. So I always kind of feel if someone were to enter this cabin, and no one would, but just like theoretically, I'd be a sitting duck. Like I would have nowhere to escape to, and I've been sleeping like with a knife next to my bed and with pepper spray like right in, you know, where I can grab it. But I don't know, it's not like a real fear that this would actually happen. It's just that it's so, the scene almost plays out in my mind over and over because I think I've seen it or read about it, you know, and yeah, I just can't like shake that fear. So that's really good to know, you know, that I'm actually super freaked out and don't love this. And yeah, so then I had the opportunity to invite someone I knew to hang out here for a few days, and he did. And the whole place changed during that time. Like I felt comfortable, it was super cozy, and it was wonderful. And then that person had to leave yesterday evening, and again, like I felt as lonely as ever or more lonely than ever because I had this stark contrast to, you know, having someone with me here. And I really realized that, you know, there is all this beautiful nature here in Sweden. I'm about to go on a hike. Like I'm gonna take this tea with me in the car, and I can film some of it and just like include it in this because it is so stunning. Um, I have all that here, and I love it, and it makes me deeply happy. And I feel like it's exactly what my soul needs. But then there's another thing my soul really needs, and that is people I love. And like every single person I love is not here. And most of them are in Germany. So yeah, you know, I have my family, I have great friends in Berlin, and talking to them even on like Skype or whatever makes me realize that like the conversations I have with them are so, I don't know, so special, and I cherish that way too little when I'm there, and it seems like just like the normal thing. But now that I really don't talk to anyone oftentimes for many days on end, or I talk to other travelers, like the typical chit chat, this, I don't know, like to have good friends, I think is like it's not something you can take for granted, and it's not something maybe that happens like over and over in life. I guess maybe, you know, I'm sure that these are the people that I'm like meant to share my life with, that I want to share my life with. And I I don't know, maybe I wanted to escape a little bit because I feel like most of their lives are progressing to a place where they may have a family, they are moving in with partners, and even in my own like with my immediate family, things are shifting lots, and I guess I'm a little scared to be like left out, not left out, it's like left over. So I think I was really scared there's no place for me in the communities um, that I have already, but there's no community here. So there's nothing to gain. I mean, aside from what I talked about, like the different lifestyle opportunities and the beautiful like deep connection to nature around here. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. I think it's very, for me personally, it's quite painful to realize that in order to go back home, I will have to leave this place, which means I will have to leave like these forests. And yeah, and that will be very painful because this just can't be found around Berlin, and it can't be found around the place where I grew up, even though there are great forests there, but it's truly no comparison. And I think there's like a part of me, a really important and big part of me, that will feel deprived. And it makes me incredibly sad to think about that because sometimes I really feel like I or we are just living on this dying earth, and you know, we have the dying forests and dying animals and soil that is depleted. so many species vanish every year at the hands of humans with plastic oceans. And this, it, yeah, it crushes me to think about that. And to escape to a place where that dying is maybe a little bit delayed or not as visible yet, it just seemed like a good way out. Um, yeah, so it's, I mean, I don't know. Like, it seems like, of course, it's a first world problem, but I think there's something really real about seeing like a natural place that you've been to as a child then transform and be completely cut down because of reasons related to climate change and reasons related to forest mismanagement. And then there won't be a forest in my lifetime there. And there probably, who knows what the forest will look like when, our children are grown up, not my children, everyone else's children. Yeah. So that is crushing. And that is something I don't really know how to deal with. But what I also don't know how to deal with is um, to hide out in a little place that seems untouched and be alone. Yeah, so that's a great kind of riddle. I won't be able to solve. It's just something that I think I need to accept that that's just how it is. Yeah, and I wanted to share that. I don't know why. Maybe to look back on, or also I think I definitely romanticize like cottage core, like cabin in the woods type thing. It's really good that I'm getting that out of my system. I don't mind not having running water. I don't mind like going outside to go to the bathroom. Really, that's nothing. But yeah, there are things that I do mind, and I think loneliness is a big part of it. And I've really felt it this morning. And I've really felt it at times during my travels. Yeah, so I'm gonna pack up. I have actually decided that I will try not to sleep in here anymore because I just don't sleep. Like there was one night where I was awake until 4 in the morning, and then I got like 3 or 4 hours of terrible sleep, constantly waking, because I heard things. And yeah, it's just not getting any better really. I've been here for a week and I just can't see myself staying in here at night alone. But there's a great place close by, a mountain station that even has showers. It has a sauna. Oh my God. And that's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm going to hang out. I'm going to go for a quick hike. I've been a little bit sick last week. Maybe you can still hear it in my voice. I don't want to do like a huge hike today, but I'll be outside for a little bit, and then I'll have like a sauna and a shower, maybe use that kitchen, cook some stuff. Dude, that's what I mean. I don't know if you've heard that. It's scary sometimes even during the day. Yeah, so and then I'm gonna sleep in my van up there. I'm gonna park it up there. I'm gonna hang out there and come back here tomorrow to work because it's a great place actually. I can do my yoga in the morning. I put my yoga mat right in front of the heater and just do some yoga poses, and then I start my work day. And yeah, during the day I can be here. All right, well, great chatting to you, and yeah, have a good one. It's honestly so impressive how much a car can feel like a home. When I'm in here, I feel super comfortable and it's so nice. And yeah, I the only thing that's really tedious about the setup, to be honest, is that I have half of my stuff in the van now and half of the stuff in the cabin, and some of the things I need both during my night stays in the van and during my day stays in the cabin. So I'm like constantly carrying an IKEA bag full of shit up and down. I'm parking the van like a little bit away from where the cabin is because, funny story, driving up to the cabin I got stuck in the ditch and I had to be pulled out by a local. So yeah, my Airbnb host drove 2 hours to get me out of that trouble, which was very kind. But yeah, I am not going to attempt at all to ever drive up that road again because I think it's like you definitely would need a 4x4 wheel drive, whatever they're called, and you would still need a bit of luck. So I don't know why I thought that I could do it. I was just really, oh, I just had never gotten stuck before, so I think I was like overestimating my off-road driving skills. And yeah, now I know not to do that again. All right, off to the mountain station.